Our organisation is like a living organism. Each of us is connected, even if we don't always realise it. This year, Safety Day is about taking time to understand how we are all connected and how we can take time for the safety of others.
It's 25 years since the worst offshore disaster in history. That was Piper Alpha. In some ways, it feels like yesterday. A fire started and then a series of explosions, which just got worse and worse until a gas riser broke, and then it was all over. I was working offshore on the Ida platform at the time. I remember the next day vividly. The phone was constantly ringing as people phoned to find out how I was. I still think about all the people that were trying to answer the phone, not really knowing what had happened to their loved ones. Before the disaster, we'd had systems that we'd applied in spirit rather than the letter of the law. What Piper Alpha showed us was that we need to be ruthlessly rigid, and these systems only work if you apply them down to the last full stop. We're working on trying to get people to think of the inconceivable. Just because things haven't happened for umpteen years doesn't mean that they never will. On this anniversary of Piper Alpha, it's right to remember that our actions and our behaviours directly influence the lives of others. In our environment, we have to get it right first time, every time.
The first thing that hits you about Prelude is its sheer size.
600 engineers, 1.6 million design hours, so thousands of individual design decisions, each one with potential to affect safety.
Which, of course, in turn could affect the health and safety of the people who will be working on this facility for the next 25 years. So it's obviously critically important to build safety into every decision and then scrutinise the design in multiple design reviews.
So the final valve is actually...
A good example of how well these reviews worked came when we examined the requirement of the shutdown valve that separated the turret from the inlet facilities.
Under certain circumstances, that valve could close spuriously. Then we could create an overpressure scenario.
This could potentially lead to a release of high-pressure gas, which, if ignited, could have devastating people consequences.
Protecting that scenario, and you took away the shutdown valve.
To offset this risk, the original design had a very complex overpressure protection system and relief valve arrangement.
But at one of the reviews, we came up with a solution that was simpler, safer and more robust. Take away the shutdown valve entirely and use the existing relief valves downstream on the high-pressure separators to protect the upstream piper.
But this is a great example of Shell working with our main contractors, working very closely together on process safety in the project phase to directly and positively impact the personal safety of the offshore workforce many years down the line.
Ja, hei! Er det DCCs København jeg snakker med? Hei sann, ringer fra Shell på Mortensrud, Norge. Hvordan står det til? Vi er nesten tom for diesel, så lurte jeg på om jeg kunne bestille en leveranse til I morgen. Takk, kunne du ringt meg opp igjen? Tusen takk. Ha det bra.
Hallo Tom, det Espen. Du, jeg har dagskift I morgen, og jeg lurte på om det meldt veldig dårlig vær, så det noen mulighet for at vi kan utsette den langturen som lagt opp på dagskift I morgen? Ja, du er enig med meg? Ja, det er supert. Nei, fordi det er jo vi som har ansvaret for bil og utstyr, så ja, vi vil veldig komme tilbake trygt. Ja, takk skal du ha. Ha det bra.
Good morning, Copenhagen. Scheduling in Manila here. From my maps, it seems that the weather is pretty bad in Norway. Could you confirm? Deep snow? Oh, I thought so. Well, I see you have created an urgent order for Shell Celia, which is a long trip delivery scheduled from Allison Depot. Yeah, so I need you to know I'm canceling it. Yes, too dangerous. We'll reschedule when the weather improves. Thanks. Bye. Israel.
Hey, Shane.
Just to let you know, I've just canceled a long-distance fuel delivery in Norway because of bad weather. We'll reschedule when for Friday, as the weather should clear.
Good idea. You did exactly the right thing, Shane.
The safety culture in our industry has greatly improved over the last 25 years. Piper Alpha is a reminder to us of the risks that our frontline staff and contractors face every day. Through our actions and behaviours, we are all connected. Keeping each other safe is everyone's responsibility. In your engagements today, take the time to understand how you can protect both yourself and others from harm. Time for safety. Time for Goal Zero.